Yesterday, I saw this. Actually, saw it this morning, but we know that there's some chatter about Daniel Gafford, obviously a part of the Dallas Mavericks. I want you guys to take a quick listen to this. I want you guys to listen to on the Hoop Collective's podcast, and I think it was Tim McMahon who's specifically talking about the Dallas Mavericks and Daniel Gafford and potentially tying the Lakers into the mix. Take a listen.
About the value of Daniel Gafford before this last deadline. It certainly would make sense for them to do that again this summer. Derek Lively is a year away from getting an extension. Daniel Gafford's entering the final year of his contract. Gafford reasonably and rightfully is going to want to get paid starting center money. You can't have AD on a max, Lively on a big contract, and pay Gafford starting center money. Luka's obviously got chemistry with Gafford. I don't know if Nico wants to go back to Ascension Coffee and have another chit chat with Rob Pelinka.
I'm going to stop it right there for a quick second. Is there a deal to be had between the Lakers and the Dallas Mavericks? What if it makes sense for both teams? You're going to listen to his trade proposal, which I think is interesting. I actually think is interesting. I think makes sense for both sides. But is this one of those things where you're just not allowed to make trades with a team that everybody felt like you got fleeced from? Keep listening. I might forward it a little bit because they start talking about some things that are not about the trade
so soon, or do something that would benefit.
I think Ascension Coffee has to
I'm just saying.
Oh my God, yeah. All right.
Okay, now listen to the actual trade offer.
Where were you?
But hey, I could put something together that would at least I think be intriguing for the Mavericks. Rui and all those picks that the pick that they've got to give up, a swap or two. I could put something together that might make sense for both sides.
All right, that's Tim McMahon. By the way, Kevin Gray Jr. has put this out. He's the one that's going to join us in about less than 10 minutes or so. I know this. As much as I sit here and I'm, joking around about the lottery, I'm joking around about the position that the Lakers are in, the position that the Mavs are in and everything else. Tim McMahon is proposing something which I think is interesting. What he's proposing is, look, the Lakers got something that Dallas might want, and certainly the Mavs have something that the Lakers might want. Daniel Gafford is, and for those who don't know, he had a really, really good chemistry with Luka Doncic when he was with the Lakers or when he was with the Dallas Mavericks. About 12 points a game, about 7 rebounds a game, plays that center, power forward, can roll to the basket, a little bit of a rim protector as well. He's got stylistically a game that certainly that the Lakers can use. And frankly, if I'm the Dallas Mavericks, and I could get a guy like Rui Hachimura, or I could get a player that I feel like can complement something else that the Lakers or something else that the Dallas Mavericks need. Mavs are going to be good next year. The only problem with the Dallas Mavericks is they're going to have too much in the front court, and they're not going to have enough guards. They're not going to have enough players. And I know Rui doesn't really answer that question from a guard perspective, but they're going to have enough talent to try to make some noise next year with obviously Cooper Flag. So it's going to be interesting how that one pans out. But I'll take your guys' opinion on this. Let's see what you guys got here. Rui, number 1 pick, Vincent. Then you package Connect and Reeves for solid role players. I will tell you guys this, and I don't want to just keep kind of harping on this, but the Reeves thing is getting louder and louder. It really is. And I think where there's smoke, there's fire. I saw yesterday Bill Simmons basically was talking about how he thought Austin Reeves is going to get dealt. Let me find his exact quote. And for those that, we're talking about Austin Reeves, he said when Reeves gets traded this summer, and he will get traded, the stuff the Lakers get back for him is going to make it seem worse that the Mavericks didn't get him in the trade. Bovado, which is one of the betting odds websites out there, Bovado has all these different odds of what player will end up where. Where will Austin Reeves play game 1 of the 2025-2026 season? They got the Knicks on there. They got Miami on there. They got the Clippers as the top odds of where he would end up going. So you got a lot of people that are, obviously talking about Austin Reeves. And I'm not telling you that the guy's going to get traded. What I'm telling you is Lakers got to improve their roster, and it feels like that's one of the only players that the Lakers really, really, truly have that they can package in a deal. There's enough chatter that's out there. And I actually think that there's enough chatter out there that it might actually lead to something, but we'll see what eventually happens. All right, let me read some of your comments here as I continue to just run my mouth here. Let's see what we got here. I know somebody was questioning whether the Mavs will actually be good. Did I find that? NBA is so rigged. Silver, LeBron make this trade for Luka and guarantee Mavs will get the pick. Listen, if there's ever a time that I'm all in and I'm listening, now is the time. AR needs to get traded. His performance in the first round was all I need to see to know AR can't be a number 3 reliable option. Let's see what we got here. AR is about to be the next Dennis Schroeder. If he listens to y'all, not one team other than the Laker fans is giving him $90 million. His value is nowhere close to what you think. He's going to get paid. I completely disagree, Richard. I think he's going to get paid. I really do. Slee, how are the Mavs going to be good? Kyrie tore his ACL, won't be back next year. AD gets hurt literally every day, and Cooper is a rook. They're going to be good because they have a decent enough roster to hang around. They got a decent enough roster to just hang around. And if they make some tweaks now, knowing that a guy like Daniel Gafford was going into his final year, I wouldn't be surprised if they shop him, if they try to trade him and add another guard or another piece that can kind of hold them over up until Kyrie comes back. They're going to have Anthony Davis. They'll have Derek Lively. They'll have Cooper Flagg. They got enough size. So I think Gafford becomes a player that I think is expendable. So I think that's part of the reason for that. The Mavs have a lot of bigs. Let's just put it that way. Gafford, I don't know, directly has come out and said he wants to get paid like a starting center. The Mavs just end up with the number 1 pick. They got Cooper Flagg. Size is not going to be an issue for the Dallas Mavericks. 2 questions on this. Do you think Daniel Gafford will be available in the offseason? And is there, as you kind of look at this, are the Lakers and the Mavs allowed to do another trade together? I mean, is Nico, does he have to take other calls and he can't take a Laker call? I'm curious how desperate the Lakers are for a big. Is that something that you think could be a possibility?
Well, you talk about conspiracy theories. Mavericks fans would feel like he would be the assistant GM, shadow GM, whatever you want to call it, to Rob Pelinka if he did another trade with the Los Angeles Lakers. But at the same time, it is very interesting given – oh, hold on. Here we go. I think I lost the camera. Here we go. Uh-oh.
Camera's lost, but I hear you great.
Yes, it does. It does help. My camera, unfortunately, died on me, and I didn't know it was going to do that.
You're okay.
Yeah.
You're good. You just if it comes back, it comes back, but you keep going.
Yeah, no problem. So the idea being that the Mavericks do have something that the Lakers would want theoretically when it comes to a big man, because obviously with the lack of size that the Lakers have right now, that would be very interesting for them to try and pull off to do a trade with. But at the same time, again, do the Mavericks want to do another deal with the Los Angeles Lakers? Do the Lakers have anything that the Mavericks would want necessarily? Sure. Obviously, Austin Reeves is out there, but at the same time, he could be making $42.5 million next year. So that would be interesting to see how that plays out, given going forward with their situation. So I don't know if the Mavericks would be willing to do another deal just months after having done one with them that changed the trajectory of both of these franchises.
All right, thank you very much for watching the clip. Just want to give a shout out here to one of our partners, the Wallace Firm. They are official injury attorney of the Sliwa Show and Hoops Talk, the entire channel. If you are ever in a need, and I hope you're not, but some type of serious injury with yourself or a family member of yours, I would like to personally help you by introducing you to the best in the business, Brad Wallace and the Wallace Firm. Also got a URL out here that you can use as well. Just go to wallacewins.com/Sliwa. Thank you for their partnership, and thank you for being a part of the Sliwa Show.